Hello YouTube, Infinite Magicraid community, Gandalf here. So bringing you a little bit of a live update as promised of how the Bulls Prime Guild is doing as a whole. We're about 36, 38 hours or so after the start of the event. We have taken 67 fortresses. We finished all the level 9s and Vader here um, has taken our first level 10 tower, and I think followed up Judgment. Where do I check? So you can actually check who's taken these towers. So if you click the big icon here, as a guild, you can check the progress overall. So level 10, if you push here, you can see that. And when you click on the icon here, or sorry, held by um, this icon here, the number 2, you can see which players have actually taken it. So Judge Vader is the first one to claim it, and then Judgment claimed it right after. Now, this is probably poor communication within, because normally what you want to do is, these towers are super hard. You're using your strongest teams, and you probably want to make sure that, your best players are only taking a fresh new tower each time to help with the team progression. The goal is to get to the ultimate well as early as you can, because that's going to help you with your your ranking rewards, right? So your individual rewards are based on your goals, and here's the goal. But then the big ranking rewards, I think, is here. Um, is This is going to be driving your big rewards. Your individual ranking is going to be based on number of attempts you have attacked the final boss on and the total damage. So the sooner your guild unlocks it, the faster you can start attacking the final boss. I believe you do get 1 attempt per day. At least that's how most other games work. I'll definitely be providing an update when we get to the ultimate well, as soon as we unlock it. So it's a race against time right now. We still got 4 level 10 towers. So just to maybe to show everybody how strong these are, ungarrisoned one of my towers. I'm just gonna randomly pick a team, and I mean I used up all my strong heroes already, so this is more of a we're just gonna go in there. Oh my god, level 400s. Let's just see how tough the enemies are. Hopefully before I get, even knocked out here. So we're looking at 2200 speed. We're looking at 120 effect resistant, 123 million HP. And let's just get a sense of how hard they hit. We're gonna put a revive on. Let's see if we can CC anybody. Okay, well, CCing them is gonna be hard. Let's put on some extra shields. Oh my goodness. So that shot just hit about 700k here. Let me share damage with everyone, and maybe let's just go a little bit further and just see, what happens here. Okay. Here we got everything up. Even got some peel. 4 million damage. All right, so we're obviously not beating this, but this is kind of the level of damage you're dealing with. Even with level 20 plus buff, your heroes are what, at maybe just a little bit over 1 million health, and the enemy, like, I think we saw us getting hit 4 million. So, you know, there's basically two teams. If you're an end game player or have any of these heroes, there are four basically. There's two combos that you want to pay attention to that will help you clear some of these ridiculous waves. The first one is, the perma-freeze approach. So you usually use a Quinlan with Santa. This is the best setup. Your Santa should be E2 or higher, and your Quinlan ideally, is as strong as it can be, exclusive, 3 plus ideally, because what you want to do is open up with a Quinlan freeze. Your Quinlan's going to be slower than the enemy, so it's going to go first for sure, land all the dots, freeze it, then Santa goes follow up with the perma freeze. And the benefit here is because the target most likely will be frozen by Quinlan, because Quinlan doesn't need as high as of effective hit to freeze everybody. Your Santa's effective hit doesn't actually have to be that high to beat the 120 effective resistance, because when you are deep freezing on top of already frozen target, it does not check for effective hit and resistance. So that's one strategy. Now, if we just go back in there again, you'll notice probably near the end, is most of these teams have some thing in there that's can't be frozen. So for example, like a Fiona. So beyond taking care of the rest of the team, you're gonna need to find a way to deal with, you know, the target that cannot be frozen. Gram D, it's commonly seen. Sometimes we see a tuck in there. Let's see what does this final team have? Okay, so I think it looks similar. Um, let's see what does this one have for the final team. Okay, so you can see there's a Alex, so that's going to transfer over um, some additional, and then I think Walter at E0 does it. I think when you hit it, you do get poison dot, so that's going to be really painful and annoying to deal with. So the enemy again have ridiculous amount of health, ridiculous amount of stats. You're going to have to find a way to deal with that. So freezing it is one option, but the best option is the Nordak Marvel plus Lydia option. So Marvel ideally is E3 for extending buff and the cooldown reduction. Lydia at E2 for the cooldown reduction. So you can basically have Nordak's um, Nordak's damage immunity up the whole time. Then what you want to do with the last two heroes is you want to bring your heaviest DPSers possible. So a few good options like Hez and Jihan, you can bring in maybe O'Grady's combined with sorry, yeah, O'Grady's plus Jack plus or Andreas, like whichever combination two out of the three there does the most damage for you, that's what you want to do. So that also comes to thinking about how do you choose your blessing. So for example, if you're going for the Andreas as your as your key damage dealer, you probably want to max out your green first. Or if you're going for Little Jack, is O'Grady's red? I think O'Grady's is red, right? I can't remember. But say O'Grady's and Jack is both red, and that's the combo you're going for. You probably want to max out your red mark blessing first, just so that you get enough damage. Because a lot of the time is you're actually struggling to do enough damage to get through all three waves. Survivability is one thing. The other one is the enemy's incredibly tanky. So again, so that's kind of your tips and tricks for pushing through the hardest content. Fortunately, you have 30 players in your guild. Hopefully, some of them have these broken heroes that help you clear the waves. I will also say maybe I'll take the last couple minutes here, just giving everyone TLDR on the mechanics of it. If you guys still haven't checked out my other video, I go into more detail about the mechanics, but basically, in terms of getting your rewards, you want to be maxing out your own output. You want to be capturing as many you can capture up to 10 garrisons. You want to capture the hardest ones possible. As you are using up your heroes in the garrison, for example, to take down this garrison, I decided to garrison my Andreas and Jack. In hindsight, that might not have been the best option. Um, but then again, the other three heroes I was using was, I think, Santa, Quinlan, and something else. And at that point, garrisoning any of those other heroes will really impede my progress as well. So as you push the harder towers, you're going to be using probably all five really strong heroes. And that's going to create a little bit of a problem for you because you're going to have to leave two of them behind. So you can't use them in other towers attack. But what you can do though is as you are pushing through, you want to check in your garrison list. So for example, in 7, for example, this one has 3 people in it. So as I attack it, I'm going to be able to get additional team buff. So this will be seen. So what you want to do is, with maybe put in two, um, like two legendary or mythic heroes at like exclusive 5 to get the max amount of production, but they're not really strong key heroes. And then you use 3 key heroes to help you push through that content. And every day, what you want to do is trying to get to higher level possible. So for example, this one has 5. Um, you know, players already on this garrison, so it makes it even easier for subsequent players to attack it. So that's kind of the game plan. What you want to do every day is use your attacks, use your teams, move your garrison, increase your production by moving to a higher level garrison with your heroes. And then with your super uber strong team, you want to save it to clear newer content. And as a guild, what you want to do hopefully is as everyone gets higher and higher blessings, you can use those two broken team compositions. Like I said, one is the permafreeze composition, the other one is the Lydia Nordak Marvel combo that will help you clear the most insane difficulties up here. So yeah, hopefully you have a few of those players in your guild, and that will help you, clear the final last few towers. Again, I would say if, you're in a guild that don't have a lot of players with, the perma-freeze setup or the, I think the most broken version is the Nordak um, Lydia Marvel combo. So, if you have those two combos, you can probably take out two towers every single day that are high level. So yeah, so that's kind of the way to progress. Once we unlock the well, definitely we'll be showing everybody the well. So yeah, that's kind of the tips and tricks. Definitely make sure you're attacking order, right? So I said in the other video, you attacking order, you go by the number of the towers. Communication is key. So as a player is, able to take down a new fortress, we are able to progress further. So, oh, great. Panda has just taken number 60. So we're down to just three more. I mean, we still got Bailey, I think Bijo, and a couple of people who haven't went yet. So maybe today I will be able to roll out the video and show everybody the ultimate wall. Yeah. So here we go. Catch you guys all in the next video. Gandalf out.